My stepdad stole my identity and destroyed my credit. Now he's telling me to get over it.
You didn't need that money.
Old stepdaddy needed a new boat, so sorry.
Call me Stepdaddy Robin Hood, because I'm going to take your money for me, the poor.
Stepdaddy Robin.
Improv professionals over here. This is to answer the question, should you cut off friends, family, or partners who damage your livelihood? Great question. It comes from Affectionate Bus 6281. I have never had a reason to check my credit score until a couple of months ago, other than when I got a credit card in 2021. At the time, I had a 745. Good score, by the way.
Hey, I don't know what I have, actually.
I don't know.
One, I don't know, and also, should I tell that?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know it anyway.
When I went to purchase my first car on my own in April, the dealership told me that my credit score was 541.
Oh, that's a dip.
That's a big drop.
Oh, that's bad.
That's a
What's your credit score?
Yeah. Oh, mine is around probably now 750 or 760.
That's pretty good.
It took a hit when we started this.
Yeah, makes sense. Where do you find that information?
I had no idea why, since I barely used my credit card and always paid it off fully every month on time.
Nice.
I put off buying the car while I looked into my credit and was mortified when I saw 2 other credit cards on my report, both of which were nearly maxed out and probably with 15 late payments between the 2 of them.
That's not good.
Credit experts can correct me. I would say like anything below probably a 680, you're starting to get into like not good territory. So either 541.
You're not gonna be able to get loans for a house, a car, which is what OP is dealing with right now.
I would say they have like a 2.0 credit GPA right now.
Yeah.
If I had to.
Not good. Not good.
When I asked my mom and my stepdad about it, my stepdad said he opened the cards when I went to college because I stopped paying rent at the house.
Huh? What? Wait. OP stopped paying rent at the house because OP no longer lived there?
It seems that
and was at college? And then he was like, well, you weren't paying rent, so I had to subsidize that cost somehow.
When I lived there during my 2 years at community college, I paid them $500 a month rent. I stopped paying when I moved out.
Yeah. Why would you do that? I still pay all my landlords.
yeah. Don't you know you pay all of your past landlords?
It's like you accrue more landlords and you just keep paying them.
You just keep paying them for nothing.
Landlords stack, right?
When we ended up arguing about it, and he said that I owed him for the years I didn't pay rent, literally talking about 8th to 12th grade, and to just drop it. When I told him he can't do that with my permission, he said he doesn't need my permission and spit in my face. Sue this man and put him in jail.
Literally straight to jail.
I left crying and my mom called to apologize. We talked a little bit later and she told me that he had something similar happen to him in the past. Obviously, that's no excuse, and I told her I'd have to go to the police about the accounts. Thank God. She said to slow down and really think if that's what I want to do.
It is what you want to do.
Yes. I hung up the phone. I wish I had known about the account sooner. I still think I'm going to call the police, but is there any other way of handling this? There's an update. There's relevant comments, but let's pause there real quick.
Yes, I believe the first order of business is file a police report.
Yep.
Call your bank and say, hey, these credit cards were taken out in my name. They are not mine. This is a fraud chart. I'm filing fraud. And then see if you can shut those cards down immediately and then go no contact.
I have another question for you.
What is your other question that I can answer for you?
You're the mom.
Yes.
Your husband, stepdad to your child, spits in their face after stealing from them, identity theft, etc.
Yeah. I immediately divorce them.
Immediate divorce.
Immediately. If anyone ever spit in my child's face or spit in any of my family or friends' faces. Honestly, if anyone I know is spitting in someone's face, I don't want to associate with them.
I think, just the thought of I married this person, right? Not the parent of my child.
Yeah.
They do anything remotely close to this to my child. You're about to develop this sickness called not waking up anymore.
Yeah.
Let's get into this next update. So, relevant comments. Responsible Pie 745 says, the moment he spit in my face, I would have drove right to the police station. Amen, brother. He doesn't respect you at all. 1, to open credit cards in your name. 2, to spit on you. And your mom is okay with this?
Yeah.
That's right. Seems that she doesn't care too much either if she's trying to sway you in a different direction. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Affectionate Bus OP responds, I don't think she's okay with the spitting, probably not all right with the credit cards, but not so against it that she wants me going to the police. She's not defending you the way you deserve.
Exactly. I think the fact that she didn't, like, I don't care if she doesn't agree with his actions or whatever, the fact that she has not left him and is not fully supporting you, 1, is just unacceptable, but also 2, kind of makes me think, was she in on this? Was she in on the credit card stuff?
Conspiracy theory.
It's my conspiracy theory.
That is a good thought. Electrostatic Speaker says, police are going to do absolutely nothing for someone claiming they were spit in the face. This is a waste of time unless it's on video. OP responds, I saw this firsthand in college. My best friend was spit on by some random guy. The police were called and there was a video. The guy denied everything, even though the spit was literally still on her face. Oh my God. To their credit, the police took a swab of it and identified the other guy. Video couldn't be accessed until the manager came in on Monday. The issue was the police couldn't prove that very second it was his spit. She was given the chance to follow up with the prosecutor's office. She did that Monday. Probably 6 weeks later, she gets a letter in the mail saying they were not going to prosecute with the reason other. She filled out an FOIA for the report and we read through it. The police seemed to do a thorough job and obtained the video when they could. According to the report, the video showed the guy lunging at her with his face and she reacted by jerking away and wiping her face. Someone who she knew who works as an attorney, and since it was battery, it would be a violent crime and they would probably have a backlog of violent cases and decided not to prosecute a violent crime with no injury. 100% of the prosecutors office dropped the ball. I just have a feeling it would be the same in my case.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have an update, but
I think regardless of whether or not you can file for assault charges, I think you could absolutely still file for fraud.
I would still file for everything.
Yeah, I file it for as much as you can.
This guy deserves everything that's coming his way. And look, hopefully, I don't know if this is how it works, but if you're like, hey, here's like the evidence of like all of these charges. Yeah. Maybe that will be, you'll get a higher chance of getting him on some of them.
Yes,
you
exactly.
know what I mean? You have 0% chance if you don't press the charge.
Yeah.
So it's like, at least press the charge and hopefully
throw all of the darts at the board and one's gonna land.
All the darts, because this man deserves
to be darted.
Dart. Thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome.
But we have an update. I am praying this man goes to jail. Update. I made the police report for both identity theft and the spitting. Thank God.
Good.
They said it was 2 separate incidents. The identity theft was a felony and the spitting was a misdemeanor.
Okay.
About a week afterward, my dad comes storming into my workplace. He's always had anger issues, but this is a new low for him. He starts screaming at me for calling the police, and a security guard comes in to tell him he has to leave. The security guard meant well, but she's probably 23 years old and small, and my dad is 6'2" and has had plenty of fights in his life. My manager told me to go in the back, and he followed me there. I locked myself in the bathroom, and he just kept banging on the door for probably 3 to 4 minutes screaming at me. I called my mom, and she tried calling him. Eventually, a police officer gets there and goes to handcuff my dad. He fought him. Oh my God. And 2 other officers pile on him. Only silver lining is this is
all great for the case.
Now he's going to get some cases. He's attacking a police officer. Yeah, they're not going to let that go.
Totally. No, he's going to get things stacked.
He's arrested on aggravated battery and aggravated resisting charges. He was released from jail the next day. No idea why, but the county decided not to prosecute him.
What? Oh my God.
I spoke with an officer a couple of days later about a possible order of protection, and I was told the county usually doesn't prosecute people fighting cops unless an officer gets injured so badly they might have to medically retire. What happened to them abusing their own self-interest?
Yeah, I was like,
what happened to that?
What county is this in?
What reminded me about this post was that I checked my credit yesterday and one of the accounts has come off.
You need to talk to your bank. You need to make them both come off.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know a ton about identity theft in this,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it's like very hard to
I'm sure it is.
reverse it.
But I guess
But
I
keep
just
going.
want to know whether or not OP is hopefully talking to the bank.
Still waiting for the other one, but I think it's just a matter of time. My dad hasn't said a word to me since, and my mom refuses to talk about it. Get the mom out of here. Get the mom out of here.
Talk
That
to
is
them.
disgusting.
Absolutely don't talk to them.
The next thing is the rest of my family is completely on my side on this. Thank God. My credit should recover pretty soon, but I think my relationship with my dad is pretty much over. I'm fine with that. He's a toxic person. I'm just hoping nothing else happens. That's the end of the story. Have zero regrets about
Literally,
cutting him
yeah.
off.
No, cut him off and cut your mom off. Because these people are very toxic and they're just going to abuse the relationship with you, and they're going to, take all of your stuff unless you stop them.
I would maybe, the mom, I think, also needs some sort of repercussion for her actions.
Yeah.
Might just tell her, like, I'm going to cut you off because you
Yes.
didn't defend me. You refused to talk about it. Look what he did to me.
Yeah.
How dare you not defend me?
Yeah. No, yeah, have that confrontation. Letting her know. I think also OP deserves that kind of closure.
Yeah, totally,
Like,
totally.
Yeah, absolutely unacceptable that you weren't there for me. Yeah.
Oh, but we do have more stories.
I want to get back into this episode, but I got something better to say. John, I've been known to be a rambunctious, silly, stupid little boy.
The most rambunctious, silliest boy.
And I was at not even a concert, I was at a movie premiere.
Yeah.
And in the movie premiere, there was like a rap section.
Yeah.
I wanted
As
to get,
that always happens.
yeah, as happens.
Typical.
And I was excited.
Of course.
And so I got up on my chair, started doing a little jig,
Mhm.
and then security made eye contact with me and was rushing over towards me, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I stepped off my chair, but the chair was like 6 inches higher than normal chairs.
Yeah.
And so like my brain did the calculation of putting my foot on the ground, but then there was 6 inches of just air, of space, and my foot just rolled. The foot, like, you know how your foot's usually like this?
Yeah.
It went like that.
Oh.
And then
Dear God.
now I'm in no free feet pics.
There it is.
I'm in an ankle brace, limping around. My foot is black and blue. It looks
I've
like
seen it.
battled with Mike Tyson. I need to get it taken care of.
There's only one thing I think that you can do that will accomplish that.
And that's ZocDoc.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And y'all, all of these docs have verified reviews from actual real patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
And you can filter the ones that take your insurance.
And treat basically any condition you're searching for.
Wow. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is just between 24 and 72 hours.
Sometimes even in the same day.
Y'all, I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. You should use ZocDoc too.
Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That is ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back to the episode.
My best friend's widow found a new boyfriend. Now I want her out of my life.
How dare they find love?
So Burger Boss 45 says,
Balls.
about 8 months ago, my 28 male friend, 27 male, took their own life due to some childhood trauma.
Ooh.
He had a girlfriend, 25 female, and 2 young kids he left behind. One had just turned 3 and the other was about 10 months. It was very sad and really messed me up. I sent her a message and said that if she ever needs anything at all, to reach out. She thanked me. I did not mean in a spicy sleep kind of way or anything like that. I never viewed her like that. I had been with a girl for 2 years when they started dating. We broke up a while ago. I was single for a while and was dating a different girl for about 3 months when he passed away. Anyways, when I said help, I meant it in a good way. Like in a hypothetical situation, if I had kids and died, I would want people to help my girlfriend/wife. Or if she died, I would probably be looking for some assistance. There was a GoFundMe set up that I had contributed to. I was not the biggest donor there, so it's not like I'm the only one who cared about them. But as you can imagine, it dries up quickly because she was not working at the time. Then a couple local businesses did fundraisers we went to, and we cooked her some lasagna. So about 2 months later, she reached out to me and my now ex-girlfriend by a group messenger and asked us if we could watch the kids for free one night. We obviously said yes. She was saying how tough it is because her mom can't babysit all the time, and having to pay for a babysitter eats away at most of what she makes, but it's better than nothing. I mean, 2 kids, 2 young
kids. Yeah.
When you're trying to have a job but also take care of them.
I would imagine babysitters today are a decent bit above whatever the minimum wage is.
Babysitting, I would say, can range. When I started babysitting, I was paid around $12 to $15 an hour.
But you were like 12, right?
Yeah. But now recently,
Yeah.
I was paid about $22 an hour more recently. And then I have a friend who was also paid like $30 an hour.
Yeah.
So it can get pretty pricey. We both talked about how much we hope she finds someone soon and things get better for her. Afterwards, I responded saying I was serious and that I'm able to help out whenever. Another month goes by and she sends a message saying she has fallen a little bit behind on the electric bill and asked for help.
Ooh.
I told her to send it to me and she was like, well, it's kind of a lot. You don't have to pay the whole thing. Just anything helps. I told her to send it to me and I'd pay what I could. It was more than I thought, but I paid the whole thing. She was so thankful for this, I think that's really nice. And I also think that she specifically said, I don't need you to pay at all. It's a lot. I just need a little bit of help. And he's already,
What a hard position to
really
be in to
hard.
have to ask for that, you know?
I think it's really difficult, I think, for people, especially just in terms of like pride
Oh,
of having to
course.
ask for help and ask for money, but knowing that you have 2 children that you're trying to support.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I break up about a week or 2 after this. Not because she was mad I paid the bill or anything like that. She would not be upset. I assume she makes good money as we're both professionals and we never discussed finances. Ours were 100%. And we each had our own place, but hers was a studio, so she was staying with me most of the time. But we had disagreements on household things and we both agreed we wouldn't want to live together, so we just broke up for the best. Back to my friend's widow. She sends us another message asking if we can watch her kids again. I tell my ex I'll reply privately. So I tell her that we had broken up and that I had plans, but I offered to pay for a babysitter. She said yes and thanked me again. A few more weeks pass and she blew a tire. She called and asked for help. I was working but told her I'd pay for the tow truck and a new set of tires. She was crying with thanks. After that, the small requests started to get more frequent.
It's tough.
This is hard.
You
Like, how do you
know?
set boundaries?
Yeah, because it's like, it's obviously great that OP is helping, and I understand like initially with the electric bill or like asking to like watch the kids.
Yeah.
Totally understand that, but it can reach this place where it's like, okay, now
Well, it's a financial burden on OP.
it's a financial burden on OP. OP has been, OP has proven that they're willing to help within
Yes.
reason. So it gets to a point, I think, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, OP shouldn't have to be overly burdened more than they already were
Yes.
reasonably contributing
Yes.
and doing really good, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. After that, the small requests started to get more frequent. One day she asked me if I could pay for the babysitter. I said yes, and it happened several times after that. Anytime she said that their son wanted McDonald's, she gets EBT, which is nice. It's not like she's irresponsible, but was happy for a treat. One day it was for some movie. Twice it was for days at the pool. Well, I saw that she had in a relationship with 26 male. I was very happy for her and the kids. I was partially relieved, thinking that I was, for a better term, off the hook
Yeah.
from being asked to cover their expenses. Look, I never minded. I was the one who offered, but I'd prefer not to do it forever if there is an alternative.
So reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Massively, massively reasonable. Like you said, going above and beyond, and shouldn't be. I shouldn't feel or be obligated to do anything more than they're
No.
already.
Yes. Yeah. Especially now that there seems to be someone else in the picture. I think OP could have a conversation with her
Yes.
and say, hey, I noticed that you have a partner, and I don't think that I can, continue
do this forever.
continue to do this.
A
in the
great
same way,
solution.
Now, here's where it went bad. About 3 days after that, she sent me a message asking me to pay for her son's shoes because he outgrew them. I was a little confused. I said, "Oh, aren't you dating 26 male?" Then she sent me back a message asking what that has to do with anything. I said, "Well, shouldn't you ask him?" Then she said that they had just started dating and she didn't feel comfortable asking him to start covering her kids' expenses yet. I told her that if he's dating her, he should be the one she asks for financial assistance, not me. She then asked me if I was just giving her money with the hopes of getting in her pants someday.
Come on.
That's really rude.
He was the angel.
He was
Yeah.
the angel. Thank
Yeah.
you. Like, truly someone just trying to help. That is it.
Yeah. I responded by saying, no, I was dating X, someone else, when friend passed away or died. I was trying to help you and your kids get out of a rough spot that you were in, but it looks like you're out. She didn't respond and left it at that. I just looked over my credit card and Venmo statements. $250 for GoFundMe. $483 for electric bill. $525 sent to the babysitter. $150 sent to a tow truck driver. Oh my God. $870 sent to her directly on Venmo. I couldn't pay for the tires directly, so I just had her send me the receipt. I've done this before. $26 for the movie tickets. $19.56 at McDonald's. That's at least $2,324 I gave to help her and her kids out in confirmed bills.
Dude.
Oh boy.
Dude.
Oh my God.
And you turn
And
around.
she has the audacity
Dude.
to say, "Oh, you're just trying to get in my pants."
Come on.
The Amazon bill's a little trickier because some of it was for a birthday present and I do buy stuff myself. But I guess about $400 to $500 there unrelated to birthdays, plus $40 in cash for the pool. I gave her $20 each time and told her to use the rest on snacks. There was other cash money spent. Regardless, it's about $3,000 that I spent. I was happy to do it at the time, but after that message, I've been kind of conflicted. I wouldn't want the kids to suffer or end up homeless. It kind of made me mad, but I'm wondering, am I the a-hole here? No. You gave $3,000.
Yes.
And she has the audacity to say this to you, to expect all of this money. And also, I do understand to a certain extent not wanting to ask a new partner to fund your life. However, it does seem like someone brought up in the comments, it seems like maybe the babysitter was for her to go on dates, which at this point OP is funding these dates, and that's also a little bit unfair.
But in any case,
Yeah.
it is not OP's responsibility.
No.
And OP is offering an alternative solution and ultimately doesn't even need to do that.
No.
Like,
OP does not have any obligation to give her money. He is doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
yep.
He's being very, very kind.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. I
Agreed.
think she's grown used to it. It seems like
Got to a place of entitlement,
got
maybe.
complacent, and then is saying and is now expecting it,
Yeah.
which is not fair to OP.
Bad. That is bad. Is there a question for this episode?
Should you cut off friends, family, or partners who damage your livelihood? This is
Right.
tricky because I think that OP might want a relationship with the kids because these are his friends' kids.
Yeah. It's like their uncle, kind of.
Yes, I think maybe not fully cutting off, but just saying, hey, I can no longer support you.
Limited contact.
Yes.
And you thought I was going to read the story. But you thought wrong.
Where you going?
I'm running away.
Again?
Check my text.
Oh, sorry.
You're all good.
Cowards.
I'm abandoning you again.
Cowards. I didn't even get a text.
I know.
It's okay.
Out of the loop.
He's excused.
All right.
But I'm so excited to have the Worm Queen read this one.
Bye, guys. I love you. See you soon.
Bye.
Hopefully.
Love you too.
All right, let's get into this next story.
Let's go.
Woo! My best friend kicked me out of our apartment because his girlfriend told him to.
What?
Interesting.
Ooh.
And this is to answer the question of should you cut off friends, family, or partners who damage your livelihood? So, sad mistake 8919 says, sorry, a bit of a confusing title, but this is still fresh and I'm still dealing with things. I'm just using this to get this off my chest mainly, but if I can get some validation too, then that'd be good. So I, 21 female, have been friends with 21 male, Mike, fake name, for 16 years.
Oh.
Wow. I'm already sensing that her being a girl and him being a guy is going to be an issue, and with the girlfriend.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Oh, I see.
as
Okay.
to why she might kick her out.
Gotcha.
We became friends officially in kindergarten, but our parents were college friends. I honestly can't even call him a best friend. He's like a sibling. And in a way, we were raised as siblings. Group family holidays, sleepovers, family vacations on both sides. At one point, we even all lived together for a year. I'm saying this because I know some people will ask. No, there's been no crushes or feelings on either side at all. We haven't kissed, confessed feelings, or had crushes. It's been strictly sibling-like, and I'm saying that now because of what Mike's girlfriend has been saying.
Oof. Jelly.
She's freaking jealous.
Seeing how close you guys are, I wish I had that.
Yeah, I
had them inside jokes.
I don't know, man. I hate when people get jealous about
Just be
this.
like Sophia and I.
Yeah, be
We
cool.
could barely stand each other. We live together. Great.
Oh, I thought you meant have our friendship.
Yeah, like, it works out. Our siblingship.
Our siblingship. Mike and I share an apartment together near campus as we both attend college together. Around 7 months ago, Mike met his girlfriend, 21 female, April, fake name.
I'm against the fake name. Just dox him if you're mad.
Also, just don't tell me it's a fake name.
Yeah. Make me believe.
Yeah. Let me suspend my disbelief. Now, I thought we got along okay. I've only met her a couple of times because she has anxiety, but I had no problem at all with her until recently, besides some minor things.
Sorry, real quick. I know that she has anxiety. Is that a slight red flag? How do we interpret that? Like she has anxiety, like she has anxiety talking to people, or she has a problem with you and she doesn't know how to talk to you?
No, I think people have different. I mean, as a person with anxiety, I think sometimes people just don't want to necessarily, like, it takes them longer to meet, new people. I think they have to they have to be in the place where they feel comfortable. I don't think that's necessarily a red flag. Yeah. Sometimes she would interject when Mike would call me his sister. It wasn't always, but normally well, technically you aren't siblings. Why are you emphasizing that though? Wouldn't you want the opposite? Wouldn't you want to be like,
you want them
you guys are like siblings. You're like siblings, right? Which is 100% true, but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. So almost a month ago, my class got canceled, so I came home early. I walk in, and right on the couch is Mike and April having spicy sleep. Put a sock on the door.
So if I have a sock on the door outside.
If you had a sock on or outside, I like that.
Yeah.
I think I think it's ridiculous to do it in a public area.
It's not public. It's my house.
I know, but when you live with people.
Is that public? Private public area.
Yeah, private public area. I'm sorry. If you were engaged in any sort of activity like that in the downstairs area, I would be furious. I would be furious.
That'd be ballsy, dude.
Honestly, even if I didn't see it, just like if I found out that you did that on the couch, I'd be like, I hate you.
If you live with someone, I think any public area like that, I disagree. You should never. Off bounds.
Off bounds. Any public area in the house, out of bounds. Keep it in the bedroom unless you live alone and you can do whatever you want.
Use the part you pay for.
I scream, run to my room, me though, and frantically yell at Mike via text. He apologized, said he thought I would be gone longer. That doesn't matter. I made him clean the couch. All good, right? Oh, I hate that. No, April, for some reason, got upset and felt that her words, I did that on purpose. She opened the door to her own apartment on purpose, despite it never happening before, and that it was inappropriate of me to walk in on them.
Just trying to get mad at something, dude.
He's like, it's so inappropriate that you walked into the apartment that you pay for and saw us in the living room.
That's wild.
Wild.
Panda says they need a new couch.
Yeah, honestly, burn that couch. Burn it. Again, this was in the living room. Absolutely disgusting in my opinion, but I moved on. Because it's not a big deal. Embarrassing, but nothing crazy. Anyway, Mike has been stressed recently because April has been asking him to distance from me. I thought she was just embarrassed, which I understood. So I tried to be friendly and apologized.
Ooh, and her anxiety's kicking in probably like crazy.
Oh my God. April, this is your fault. This is your own fault. Well, last weekend, Mike sent me down and basically said that I had to move out because his girlfriend was upset with me living with him. I was floored. You can't just, unless you are the freaking landlord, you can't just tell her to move out. And also, OP, I'm so sorry. He is not a good friend. He's not a good friend. If he is taking his girlfriend's side, then he's too far gone.
I would say you need to move out. I could see where April is moving in, and they're like, hey, how can we help with you move out? We're kind of planning towards this.
Yeah. No,
that would be a cool conversation. I'd be all right with that.
This is ridiculous. I got so upset. I don't think I've yelled and cried that much in my life. The basics is that he doesn't want me to. Then don't ask her to. But he's pressured from his girlfriend and he really loves her, so he wants to make her happy.
Toxic.
If you are putting your friends' feelings, when they've not done anything wrong, under your girlfriend's, wants and desires, it's a toxic. Yeah. If she's trying to splitting you up, that's toxic. He thinks that this shouldn't change our friendship and that he's just putting some distance between us. This will absolutely change your friendship. Your friendship is maybe over. See, if he had asked me to move out, I'd understand, which is what you said. Okay, yeah, maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level. Exactly. But it was a demand. And not only that, he wanted to put space between our friendship.
The girlfriend is infiltrating.
Yeah, why don't you move out, dude?
Ooh.
It was effing hurtful. I've known him for 16 years, and that's it. I've gone for someone he's known for 7 months.
He's whipped.
7 months, and you're sacrificing your 16-year friendship? I said he was choosing a short relationship over his sister, and that I don't want him to contact me if he's going to be like that. He said I was overreacting. How is she overreacting? You're kicking her out of her home. But I called my parents and got them to pick me up. Literally, thank God they don't live far away. But what if they did? What did he expect me to effing do? Just sleep outside or something? Anyway, I obviously had to tell my parents what was going on, given they had to pick me up, and I was an emotional mess. I told them everything, which caused a bit of an argument when they went to pick up some of my things the next day. They called Mike's parents and kind of chewed them out a little, and from my understanding, they called Mike and did the same. Mike messaged me to say that he was upset I couldn't be civil and that he feels like I'm throwing away a friendship. I blocked him shortly after. Mike, you are throwing away the friendship. You are the one who's causing all of the problems, and the fact that he can't realize that is...
Wait, how old are they again?
They're in college.
I think he's just doing this for some poo-tang. He's just throwing it all away because he's finally like, oh my gosh, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think he's being very immature, which makes sense because he's in college, and he's throwing away this very meaningful and long friendship, and it's
whack.
I don't like him. I've taken some time off classes, but I'm so effing hurt and upset. It hurts that he could just throw me away so easily. I don't think I did anything wrong telling my parents, but I think it may have crossed a line when they phoned Mike's parents. Like I said previously, our parents are really close, and it's kind of messed with their friendship now. His parents have been really kind and apologetic, even though it's not their fault, and a part of me feels like I've made this into a bigger mess. This is not your fault, OP. This is Mike. Sorry if it's a bit chaotic. I'm on the phone and still a bit emotional. Also, I know I didn't have to leave. Me and Mike both pay an equal amount of rent for the apartment, but I didn't want to stay in a place that I wasn't wanted. I would have just made it difficult, and worst case scenario, he'd leave, which would have put a financial strain on me.
Yeah, has he even thought about the financial aspect of this?
No, it seems like he's not even considering it because, is his girlfriend moving in? Is she going to pay it? Has he even found a new roommate? He's just... It seems like he's in this snap judgment phase of I just want to fix things for my girlfriend and go along with her wishes immediately, and I'm not going to think about any of the repercussions.
Here's my point.
What is your point?
So this relationship, it's in college. Him and April aren't going to last very long.
No.
Would you still take him back as a brother once they break up? I'm
thinking that if my brother did this to me, he would have to apologize a lot. Let's say 2 months later they break up or something, and he comes back and is like, I'm so sorry, that was unacceptable. But I think if it was my brother, I probably would eventually
let's say you and I live together.
Yes.
I kick you out because my girlfriend is uncomfortable with you, and then given the context of our relationship, we've known each other for probably
half a year.
Let's just add 10 years to it.
Okay, we've known each other for half a year and 10.
Yeah, or maybe Christian. Wait, how long have you known Christian?
I've known Christian since I was a baby.
Okay, let's just do you and Christian. You and Christian living together. Christian kicks you out for his girlfriend, and then they break up. You would still do that? You would say take a couple of months before you're good with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Word.
But he would have, like, you guys would have to apologize, like, big time.
Oh, yeah. I know how I'd apologize. I'd be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'd sit down, listen to you, and then I'd make you some food or take you to a cool vegan place. Sorry, pescatarian place that we both like. Or vegan, I don't know. And I would take you there a few times, and then we'd be all good.
Yeah.
And then we do small things like, hey, I'm doing this thing. If you want to come,
you would work up to it.
I would work up to it.
Yeah.
Oh, but we have more of the story. I forgot.
We do. We have an edit and relevant comments. Edit. I read you all loud and clear. Thank you for waking my butt up. I've talked to my landlord. She said that she was uncomfortable with April moving in because she doesn't know her. I understood, so I am moving my butt back in tomorrow. I unblocked Mike. Whoa. And informed him. I explained that until our landlord says otherwise, I'm staying. Either he can leave and get a new place and keep paying the rent, or we can end our agreement together. And if our landlord agrees, they can start one. He replied, okay, we can talk about it tomorrow. So we'll see. Thank you all so much for getting me up and going. I really had no idea how serious this situation could be until you all let me know how stupid I was being. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. I'm not wasting money. And there are 2 relevant comments. Not Shocked Fruit Weird says, not the a-hole. Also, are you on the lease? If so, contact the landlord to see if you can get off the lease and have the friend be solely responsible for rent. And OP responds, thank you. My parents said the same thing. I just haven't had the energy. I paid my last one this month, and from my understanding, he wants April to move in, so I think it'll be switching, although I haven't done it before, so I'm not sure. Which I think those comments came before the edit, it seems like that is not the case anymore. OP is going to move back in. I think OP definitely did a freaking, like, that was the correct move. You should not be forced out of your apartment that you pay for and that you are on the lease for. However, I will say that this is going to be a hard living situation if he and April continue to make this difficult, you know? Like, absolutely you have a right to be there, but I am just worried that it will not be fun living there. Should you cut off friends, family, or partners who damage your livelihood? Or finances. Blind Bee says since she is on the lease and April is not, April cannot move in without a new lease. Yup. Am I the a-hole for following through with my late wife's wishes? I, 49 male, was married to my wife for 20 years. I lost her in a car accident 8 years ago. Oh. We had 2 beautiful daughters together, Maeve, 18 now, 10 when her mother passed, and Alex, 16 now, 8 when her mother passed.
Oof.
I am very close with my daughters, but they were both definitely mama's girls. My wife was a magnetic woman. She was beautiful, intelligent, kind, and people were drawn to her. An important thing to know about my wife is that she has a passion for writing. She was unfortunately in a profession where she didn't write much, so she did a lot on her own time. One of her favorite things to write was letters. She wanted people to know that she cared about them. Sweet. After she had each of my daughters, she wrote them a letter. She wrote each within days after their births and wanted to give them away on their graduation days. She put them in the firebox in our basement to avoid losing or forgetting about them. She wrote the letters with the intention of giving them to our daughters herself 18 years later as sort of a time capsule type of thing. Both letters contain mostly words of wisdom and information about what was going on when they were born. This is so sweet and sad. Maeve graduated from high school today, and I went to her room with the letter tonight. I let her cry on my shoulder as she read it, and at first she seemed happy to have something directly from her mother. However, after she read it, she turned to me looking surprisingly angry. She asked why I had waited so long to give it to her. She had so many rough moments and heartbreak in the last 8 years where all she wanted was her mother's wisdom, and I withheld the letter. I told her that I was just doing what her mother had said she wanted, and Maeve said that our mother also hadn't planned on being in the accident. Alex heard the shouting and came into the room, and Maeve told her about the letter. Now they're both upset and don't want to talk to me. I feel so awful about this whole situation. I was raised by my single mother after my own dad took off, so on one hand, I've always wanted to be the best father I can, and I feel terrible that I withheld something that would have brought them comfort. On the other hand, my wife had very specific instructions about her intentions with the letters, and I just wanted to follow through with that. So now I'm very conflicted, and I just want to know, am I the a-hole? I don't think that OP is the a-hole. This is what the wife wanted. But I don't think the kids are the a-hole either. I think they're going through something, really hard. I know it's been about 8 years since they lost their mother, but like reliving that, or like getting a letter from their mom is bringing up all of that emotion at once. And I don't think anyone's the a-hole here. It's just really hard. I don't think I necessarily would say do anything differently.
Mm-hmm. They'll get over it.
I think they will absolutely get over this. This is not like your relationship is forever, marred. I think they are feeling a lot of emotions right now, and they're going to take a breath, and I think that they're going to, come back to you, and it'll be fine. Sam Hyatt says, "Wow, I get she's grieving, but she shouldn't shout, especially since OP was respecting wife's wishes." Yeah, she shouldn't have shouted, but again, she is a girl who lost her mom very young and is at a time is going through a lot of big changes right now as an 18-year-old graduating high school, and she's probably already feeling like, I really want my mom here with me, and then getting this letter is just bringing up all of those emotions. And sometimes when you have all of these emotions in you, it's just like, and you lash out at people who are not necessarily at fault. Kimberly Fine says, not the a-hole. She needs time to process. This was a day she wished her mom was there to witness. Exactly. OP is her safe place, and she is externalizing her distress by targeting him to let some emotional weight off. Yeah. It's like teenagers do this. They blame other people around them because they don't know how to control or where to direct these big, big emotions. And yes, she's 18, but again, she's still young, and she went through a really big thing, and now she's going through big life changes. Duchess Kasana says, yeah, the kids will calm down and understand in their adulthood that OP was trying the best he could too. But that's the end of this story and the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. And if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.